My name is Itai Yanai, and I work at New York University, and I study tumorigenesis, the way that cancer progresses at the single cell level. I think what's unique about this conference, it's quite special because of the people, really. There's something about this place that just draws people from all over the world, the brightest minds with the latest research, and it's always just really exciting to come here and hear about the latest. Yeah, I can't explain it. There's some kind of a secret sauce, but the fact is that it just works. Yeah, I mean, I think what we're seeing is the ever expanding power of this kind of approach that we've been using. That when you look at the single cell level, there's just so much light that you shed on phenomena. So what we've been seeing is us looking at cancer, but also studying organoids and different diseases, just more and more problems that can be tackled by this approach. It's interesting, right? What is single cell biology? Is it a field in itself, or is it just a method? I think it's a kind of way of thinking where you have the ability to look at individual cells, but you're asking how do they relate to one another? And that's so general, it comes applicable to when you're thinking about cancer. That's just sort of malfunctioning interactions among cells, and also the same with autoimmune diseases. And so it's this way of thinking that's now permeating the approach to different problems. What biology is really about is gene action. It's about genes replicating and how they do it. And with single cell biology, we're looking at the genes where they are sort of most at home, inside the cell. When we study how they're interacting, that's general. That's applicable to anything. And sometimes actually, in my work, people will say that we're sort of all over the place. We're looking at too many different kinds of problems. In my mind, it's all the same. It's really just how do genes interact. It feels amazing to be back. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a reminder of what's so special about science. There's just, I don't know, something very human about having interactions. We can try to replicate it as we have with the virtual setting, and I think that's much better than nothing. And it got us through a rough patch, but there's just no comparison to what it's like to actually meet the people whose papers you've read and whose science you really find so exciting. And when you're listening to a talk and you're sort of engaged and you're distraction free, you can really be inspired, even if you're hearing about a project that on the face of it may not really be so relevant to your project, but actually just the mode of thinking even can inspire you in your own project. So I think there's just no comparison for being here in person. I think the virtual possibility really democratizes things better. There are people that simply can't travel for many reasons, and this provides a really great opportunity to still see the talks. I really admire how the place has gone to great lengths to integrate. During the talks, we are reading questions from the folks back home, and they are participating in many ways. So I think it's something that we've learned over this pandemic period. And while the number of seats in the hall are limited, the number of virtual registrants is unlimited. So we can actually reach a much broader population. And so I think if we're inviting a presenter, then they know that not only are they presenting to the people in the hall, but also to a much larger population. It's more attractive for them to come. So there is an added benefit, I think. I think you should come if you're interested in biology, really. One great aspect of this field is that it's so interdisciplinary. So if you just sit here and listen to the talks, you gain not only a perspective on your own field, but really on a huge a huge range of other fields. You learn about development, you learn about cancer, you learn about methods development, you learn so many things. So I really think you sort of expand your reach, and it will give you ideas. I think it'll make you more creative. And then also at a social level, you just meet people, and this kind of networking is something that can't be matched in any other setting. So I would say those are the two reasons, for the people and for the science.